Hello everyone, you are watching the Beats Save the World channel once again, and I have a fun topic for you. Today we're talking about how you can get enough practice in with your voice without really annoying your neighbors and your roommates, okay? This is a topic that's very important for me as well, okay? So right now I live in a fairly inexpensive room within a student house, and there are many people living in this house. There's someone who lives in the room right next to me. There's some people upstairs. And the thing is, recently, more people have moved in. You know, during the summer, there were fewer people living here, you know, largely because there aren't as many people going to school during the summer. And then now that there is a school year starting again, there are a lot more people who are moved in. And I'm not sure what their tolerance is for noise, because I'm sure you know that as far as roommates go, there are some people that can just, you know, you can make as much noise as you want and they don't really care. They'll just put their headphones in. And then there are other people where, you know, you make a little bit of noise and they say they can't focus, you know, and I'm not blaming them for that. You know, I have trouble focusing on things too. So, you know, it's not their fault. But yeah, you never really know what the tolerance is of your neighbors. And what if you want to practice, you know, like, if you're trying to practice your voice consistently, like, you're not going to get the same results if you only do it once a week. If you're really trying to improve your range or something, often you want to practice daily or at least every other day. So, you know, it may be hard if you're doing that and then the people around you are really sensitive to noise. And like, you could go to maybe a rehearsal place or something. Like, there's this place called the Rehearsal Factory where I live. But, you know, to do that every day, it's going to get pretty expensive. So the Rehearsal Factory that's close to where I live, you can pay about $15 to rent a room for the minimum amount of time. But, you know, if you do that like every day, let me just take out my phone as a calculator, how much that would cost in a year. If you're paying $15 a day, 365 days a year, you'd be spending $5,475 just on vocal practice, right? So what do we do about this? You know, like, we don't necessarily want to pay for rehearsal spaces, but, you know, what if people around don't want to hear us practice, but we want to get that daily practice in? I just want to give two kind of quick techniques that I've kind of been working with lately. Okay, tip number one is shut the door to your room. That one's pretty obvious. The second one is where it really gets interesting. What I like to do is, while I'm practicing, I'll take a pillow and then I'll kind of wrap the pillow around my face like this. And then what I'll do is, with my face kind of in the pillow, I'll create a little gap between my mouth and the pillow, just so that the kind of mouth position feels the same as if I weren't using the pillow, because I want my practice to carry over to when I'm performing, right? So I don't do this. I don't just cover my whole mouth with the pillow like that. I don't, because if I do that, it messes up with my diction. Like, I can't pronounce as well if my pillow is right at my lips. Like, if I'm like this, it feels like it's a completely different technique. So I don't let the pillow touch my lips, but I just get as close as I can with the pillow before it touches my lips, and I kind of wrap the pillow around my head. So like this. And you can see I even have my microphone here, because otherwise you wouldn't hear me talking. So you can even be recording yourself while you do this, but try to get the pillow as wrapped around your head as you can. And then you do your singing. And you sing a song like, I don't look back now. That's part of my own song. I use that so I don't get copyright striked. But the point is, even though it sounds the same volume to you because of my microphone, it's probably a lot quieter to the outside world. So with the combination of the door being closed and then also wrapping that pillow around your face, then that's probably going to allow you to kind of cut down the noise. You could even maybe try like multiple pillows if someone's getting through. Like, just think about, where is the sound escaping? Is it, you know, because if someone else hears your voice, that means that sound waves are leaving your mouth and then they're going somehow, I guess, through. I guess if the door is closed, you know, the sound waves can get under the door. Sometimes it can get, of course, through the material, I believe. Like, it could vibrate, you know, the material and then vibrate the air on the other side, potentially. This isn't my area of expertise regarding physics, but just try to think about how you can prevent the sound waves from getting to your neighbors, you know? So, like, put a pillow in front of your mouth but not touching your mouth. Maybe hold one behind. maybe hold multiple pillows in front, and really you can try to dampen the sound, and that might get you fewer noise complaints. And then you could even, if you want to go really hardcore, you could even like reducing the echo will because the echoes can kind of feed into each other constructively, and then that can cause even more noise. Like if you're in an echoey room, it'll probably be louder than if you're in a damp room. So if you can put things to absorb sound on the walls, that'll prevent echo, and that'll reduce the overall total sound as well. So for me personally, my room, it's very small, so just kind of I naturally have that. The room sounds very dead, because on one wall I have my clothes hanging, and then of course I have my softbox lights right here. I have some kind of cardboard boxes that are holding things over there. I have a delivery bag right here. So for me, I'm really surrounded by soft things, things that are like the material of clothes, things that are not hard surfaces. So what I'm saying, my next tip was that you should try to reduce the hard surfaces in your room, because that'll prevent the sound from bouncing off the walls. It'll get absorbed, and the more sound that gets absorbed, the less is going to enter the ears of your neighbors. And then I'll obviously close all your windows and just think like, how can I structure my room to absorb more of the sound so that if it's absorbed here, it won't quite reach my neighbors so that they can complain about it, okay? So hopefully that's kind of something you can try. If you're even recording, you can still try this as well. So as for microphone placement, when you're wrapping the pillow around your head, if you want to record something, this is not necessarily going to give you the ideal sound quality, but it shouldn't be too bad, because if you hypothetically put the microphone behind the pillow like that, don't do that. That wouldn't sound good, because it's going to sound muffled, because then what's happening is that your voice is coming out and then it's hitting the pillow, and certain frequencies are going to be absorbed more than others through the pillow. So then by the time it gets the microphone on the other side, it'll have a bit of a different tone quality, okay? It'll lose some of the high end. So if you're recording with, and you're trying to control the noise, don't put the pillow and then the microphone. Like, don't do it like this, because then it'll sound muffled. It'll lose a lot of the presence and a lot of the high end, okay? So you can get a decent sound, though, even if you're controlling the sound. What I would say is, if you're trying to record some singing at home and you're controlling the noise, what I would say is take the microphone, like put it right against the pillow, and then wrap the pillow against your head if you can. You could potentially tape the microphone to the pillow like this. And then once that's taped on, wrap the pillow around your head, and it would be like this. So then you might be recording kind of like this, and as you can see, it's not that muffled. You probably heard the microphone getting touched a bunch of times, but you could see the tone quality was not that muffled because the microphone was directly at my mouth. It wasn't going through the pillow, okay? So, in conclusion, if you want to practice without annoying your neighbors, close all the windows, close all the doors, put the pillow up to your mouth, but don't touch your mouth with it, or else it'll kind of change your technique, and you don't want to do that. Consider taping a microphone to the side of the pillow that your mouth is on. Make sure that you can still breathe, of course, and you should be able to, because I was saying you don't want the pillow to touch your mouth, right? So you should still be able to get air in there, but make sure that you're safe with that. And hopefully that helps you annoy your neighbors a little bit less with your singing. And hopefully you can get all your practice in that you want. So hopefully that was helpful. Let me know what you think in the comments. Leave a like. Feel free to subscribe. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day.